Good day, ladies and gentlemen. This is Matt Klein, and I'm going to be bringing a first part of a two-part series. We're going to be looking at a GOAT talk. So I'm going to be kind of giving a discourse on who I think is the greatest of all time in the NBA. I genuinely don't want to be making this video. I don't want to be just another person who's made a video who talks about it. The last thing I want to do is be on ESPN and be interviewed on who I think is the GOAT. I see those videos and I run because I really don't care about it at all. I don't want to know what a million people have to say about it. I really don't. No matter what. Even if you're Michael Jordan himself. I think that what it comes down to is almost what happened and what could have happened. I'm making this video because I think that one of these days I'm going to be at a job interview. I'm going to be having to explain when have I done any debating or when have I done any sort of discourse on apologetics, really. That's what this is. First of all, if you're going to defend something, first, you care about it, right? I care about this just enough to kind of want to expand on it. I don't want to be someone that's debating this very much. I think that it's pretty black and white, to be honest. But people are going to ask me, in a job interview, go and debate who's better, Michael Jordan or LeBron James, So I'm going to begin with an introduction, basically just on just debating in general, apologetics, really. And I'm gonna do a kind of a bit in my main argument where I editorialize, and I'm gonna be using a lot of different words like I feel, I think, in my own opinion, obviously, right? We all can do that, right? It's nothing special. Some of this, not a lot of this is my opinion, but there are portions where you can make a judgment call based off of all the information that the public know, right? I'm going to be looking at 4 parts. That'll be in the next video. I'm going to be looking at the individual players themselves, so head to head. I'm also going to be looking at the playoffs, so who they played in the playoffs. I'm going to be looking at the finals, how the finals went for both of those players, and I'm going to be looking at perseverance. And that's one of the biggest parts of the video, I think it'll be, because perseverance is just such a glorious word, and I think it fits perfectly into what we're going to be talking about, and I will get to all that at the right time. I think what's more important than my opinion is just the glorious, wonderful gift of facts, right? I just love it when things are true, when things happened, when I don't have to, dream about it. I hope you can ascertain as much as I can, and just like we got to be patient with some of these things. Let's not let our feelings run away with us. There's a time for feeling. There's a time for knowing. I love it when people debate and they just resort to the facts, and the right facts, of course. Some people go into debates and they just, they say a bunch of things and they expect that is going to stick, but really what's more important than like a particular inscription or a particular number is how you explain what that means, how you surround it, how you provide for that, how you give it context or whatever it needs, right? I personally, I don't want to be debating is kind of fun. It's entertaining, right? But I don't want to be someone that's debating every little thing about sports, right? I think that it makes you, well, in your everyday life, it can make you a very egotistical person. Outside of work, it can make you sadistic, vindictive. It can just make you want to be arrogant and prideful all the time if that's what you do nonstop, right? Um, you know, I don't want to be that person. I don't want to be arguing everything down to the oranges and the apples. I really don't. It's pointless. I don't run from an argument within my area of knowledge, and obviously, let's be honest, if I even care, right? Um, some think, like when some people go into a debate, they think that they always have to be right, or at least they have to have that mindset so that they can't be broken. But the thing is, like, if you're going to choose to become that person, then you're not welcoming anyone else in to even be a good listener. You're not allowing in a second voice or another opinion, and then you're just on your own, basically. um, I want to know what someone else is thinking in order to better communicate with that person. I think it takes practice, and I'm adamant to fighting for what I think is right and what I believe in. Not just sports. There's a lot of aspects to this. um, but back to basketball, it occurred to me the other day, I think it was like 2 days ago, it occurred to me that, like, why don't we add other people into this whole GOAT talk? Like, why isn't Kobe the GOAT? Rest in peace. Why isn't Magic? Or heck, even Stephen Curry. You know, um, I just think that it's kind of strange that we just throw LeBron in there, and I don't even know if he planned on this or was expected to be where he is. I mean, of course not, right? Who's gonna look at your childhood hero and think that I'm gonna be better than that person one day? LeBron is a very humble guy. He's a very mature guy. Right? He's a family man. There. There are a lot of important things to him, and when he's on the basketball court, you can tell that he's an absolute assassin. Right? He's just there to win. When he's off the court, he's a family man. He's a businessman. He's an entertainer. He likes to talk to people. He likes to do all these things. He likes to hang out with Travis Scott and Drake, during one of their shows, right? LeBron is he's done this so much, in his life, and it truly is amazing. Michael is someone who almost wins at all costs. If you know anything about what he's like, then you know that he's a competitor on and off the floor. And he lives and breathes challenge. Everyone who knows what he's like off the court, they know that, right? I don't have to pretend that that's true. I can't say that there's really any other player that's like him, and there's no player that has that kind of fire to win like Michael Jordan does, and there's really no denying it. So yeah, we are going to be looking at 4 different things. I think one of the biggest kind of things that people shouldn't do when they jump into this argument. A lot of people, they just jump into this argument and they start with the finals. They think that the finals is so defining, and I get it. Winning is the most. That's the main stage. Winning is the most important thing, and it's what it's all about. But there's more to it than that. There really is, because if we just judge players and all that based off of how they performed in the finals, then we're not doing them a service. We're not learning more about them. We're not learning about what they've done or all the other things that they've accomplished, right? And they would think to themselves, there's so much more to me, than just a few games in the finals. I think when you combine their performances as individual players, and their performances as champions, the results, the facts, they're there and they're conclusive. You can conclude a lot. And I don't give favoritism, there's no partiality or anything really. So I'm gonna get into the first section, head to head, tomorrow, and I really just want you guys to kind of know the facts and know a little bit more than maybe what, you know, your daddy told you in his stories long ago before he tucked you into bed. I want you guys to know maybe like there's this Michael Jordan documentary going on Netflix right now, and it's very helpful and revealing, but it doesn't really change what I already know, and it doesn't really add it. If anything, it just adds to my argument. And you know, they should have a LeBron documentary. They will, and I just, you know, the facts are there, and there's not much that can change. There's really not much that can change the numbers or the performances or just what they did and who they are, and yeah, what they did and their accomplishments. So I think that is where we'll stop for this one.